live from our studios in Tucson, Arizona. For the millions of fans listening around the world, from Long Realty with John Smith and Matt Bollinger, let's get ready to talk real estate.
Good morning, welcome to Real Estate Rumble, where we talk all things real estate. I'm here today with my, business partner. I tried tag team partner. I tried just about anything to get you to talk and say hello in a proper way. Say hello, Matt.
Hello.
Say hello. We're here with Kelly as well.
Hello.
And this is a special edition of the Real Estate Rumble. We thought we'd step out of the office a little bit, do something a little bit of difference, giving back to the community and trying to make awareness about an amazing place. We're currently sitting at Hunter's Kitten Lounge here in Tucson, and we're going to have Melissa, the owner. She's going to tell us all about it. They're also supporting the Southern Arizona Cat Rescue. It's kind of the same business, but she's going to let us know the difference between the two things. So, Good morning, Melissa. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
We also have another one-eyed guest here, who is
PlayStation.
PlayStation. And PlayStation does love treats. So Melissa, tell us a little bit about Hunter's Kitten Lounge.
I mean, this place did used to be a diner, so that's fine.
Did it really?
Yeah.
So just tell me a little bit. Tell me the history on it.
So we're owned by Southern Arizona Cat Rescue. So I'm one of the board members and owners of the nonprofit here in Tucson, Southern Arizona Cat Rescue. We focus on adopting out and saving kittens, moms, babies, everybody's from the shelters. And we've been around for almost 5 years, and we wanted to expand upon the rescue, and we thought, what a better way than to open a cat lounge. There's about 150 of them in the United States at the moment, and so it's a growing way to find homes for cats that are looking to be adopted.
All right, so cat lounge. Okay.
Yeah.
What is a cat lounge?
He's mad at you for tricking him earlier.
Dude does not like
the treats now.
all.
I know, but he tricked him earlier.
All right. What is a cat lounge and why
Back
should I
off the
come
tree.
hang out?
Yeah.
I'm not touching anything anymore. I was here.
So
and our production guys are just loving that just happened.
I love it.
So what is a cat lounge?
A cat lounge, I think the best description of it is basically a foster home that you can come and visit. So these cats live here 24/7, and they are just waiting to be adopted. They're all spayed, neutered, vaccinated, everything, ready to go home.
Okay.
And so we are able to have people come in. There is an entry fee. You can come in and you can just hang out.
Wait a minute. You are charging people to hang out with cats.
Yeah.
And that money goes where?
Right back into the cats.
Right back into
Goes
cats.
into keeping the lights on.
So you're a nonprofit.
Yeah, we are a nonprofit.
Okay.
Yes.
And so what is such fee cost? I mean, how I met you
Yeah.
is I walked in, I was looking for an unusual gift for my son's girlfriend,
Yeah.
who is hard to buy for, at least from my end, because I just don't only know her as my son's girlfriend. And basically, I got her a gift certificate to come in and hang out with cats, because she likes cats.
Yeah.
And then that's how we met, right?
Yes.
And I don't know if she's been in or not, but I haven't gotten any feedback on it. But that's kind of my relationship with my son's girlfriend, right? But so you can come in, you can buy gift certificates. So what if I wanted to bring a cat in?
We encourage you not to bring your cats in.
Okay.
Please don't bring your cats from home. Your cat would not like it here. This is a place for rescue cats, so it is not a place to bring your cat to socialize with other cats. Cats don't like that. It's not like a dog park.
Okay.
For cats.
No. Have you ever tried?
I have had lots of people ask, and I'm like, no, please don't bring your cat. Your cat wants to stay home.
So, Matt, I once had a girlfriend that brought home a box of 9 kittens one time. She said she found them in a dumpster and she couldn't do it. And she had to move out the next day. I couldn't do it.
You're
Did you keep
I
the
know,
cats?
9 cats.
Did you keep the cats?
9 cats. She was on her way out anyway. Let's be honest with ourselves. No, I didn't keep the cats because why? Why would you not want a cat? Okay, cats are cool, right? They're mostly maintenance free, would you say?
Yeah, mostly maintenance free. I mean, you still have to take them to the vet once a year, make sure that their vaccines are up to date, that they've got a good bill of health. I mean, these days there's automatic feeders and automatic litter boxes, so you can basically automize cat ownership.
So I'm gonna,
as long as you're playing with them, of course.
So I'm gonna throw Matt under the bus. He is not a cat person.
Yeah.
And we had to drag him here kicking and screaming. He was
Well-
actually wanting me to get a cardboard cutout of him just to sit
Yeah.
next to me. He thinks I talk all the time anyway, which is probably true. But Matt,
I haven't said anything yet.
I'm thinking Matt's going to be a fan of this cat right here, this
Now-
PlayStation cat.
It's
That's
one-
loving you, John. Might have to come home with
that
us
cat-
and be our office
The
cat.
thing is that PlayStation like feeds off of people who are afraid of him. Like that's what keeps him alive.
That's me now.
So you're really keeping him going.
So Matt, what do you have against cats?
I don't have anything against cats. My dad had a mean cat when I was growing up.
Oh, it's cat. You've been abused by a cat when you was a child.
No, but
No?
it wasn't friendly. Siamese cat.
Oh, that's a whole nother cat.
Yep. So I have a question.
Yes.
Are all of the cats here available for adoption?
Yes.
Except
For Boji. Boji is our permanent resident. He has a neurologic condition called hydrocephalus, which is where fluid builds up on the brain. So they historically have a shorter lifespan, and so he's going to live here for the rest of his life. But he's 2.5, which is crazy for a cat with hydrocephalus. So you
So-
can come and visit him anytime.
When we came in the other day, there was somebody dropping off a cat or multiple kittens, and one of them or multiple of them were paralyzed.
So
do people adopt?
There was one kitten, and she came in, and I forgot that was the one that you guys saw in the lobby. So that was a vet tech who's actually just joined our rescue as a foster, and so she got that kitten. It was turned in as a stray over at Orange Grove Animal Hospital, and it has hind end paralysis, and so historically, like probably 10 years ago, every cat and dog that had some sort of paralysis was euthanized.
Okay.
And over the last 10 years, we've worked really hard to show people that special needs in animals should be treated just like special needs in humans. AKA, we should treat them just like we would treat anybody else who doesn't have special needs. And so she actually fought to keep that kitty alive and keep it healthy. And so she's been a great foster. So that cat has hind end paralysis, and she was just stopping in so I could teach her how to do some basic care needs for at home.
Gotcha.
So I want to give a shout out to Kim Green, our office manager.
Yes.
She loves cats.
Yeah.
She loves cats. She's been in here, and she was actually here for a function you put in.
Yeah.
That was basically, it was a how to groom your cat function,
Yeah.
right? And it was a small fee, and you brought in a really excellent groomer. Is
Yes.
that what I hear? So you do things like that as well.
So we brought in our friend Casey. She is known as That Cat Groomer. She is a certified feline master groomer, which is like there's only a handful of them in Arizona. And so she offered to put on a grooming class. And so she taught people how to like trim cats' nails, clean their ears, eyes, like just do basic cat grooming at home.
Well, we are a real estate show, right? And so I do have to bring up the one thing that always lingers over our head as real estate agents.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we go to a listing appointment, when we open up the door, we immediately know there's cats in there.
Yeah.
We immediately know that it kind of has an odor.
Yeah.
It's
We
not a
say-
And I
secret.
think that's what
if you
keeps
can-
people from adopting cats
do.
too, because they get exposure to that bad experience and think that that's where that every place smells like cats. If you are going into
One got Kelly.
if you're going in somewhere that smells like cat pee, you're either not keeping the litter boxes clean enough, and so the cats aren't using the box appropriately. You've got a behavioral problem where the cats aren't using the box appropriately, or you've got a medical illness that's being ignored because the cat is urinating outside of the box.
So if the cat box is clean, okay, there is no reason for the cat not to use it. So if it's
Correct.
full, the cat box, the cat knows.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go there. That's
No,
disgusting.
I mean, would you go to the bathroom in a dirty toilet?
No.
Okay, Matt wasn't going to let me answer that.
We always say if we can smell it, we can't sell it. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
the
and that's the problem.
Yeah.
So what if do you know a cure for that, or do you have a suggestion?
Enzymatic cleaners.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, have somebody who really, he's like, I'm going to go right in front of the camera.
That is awesome.
Yeah, an enzymatic cleaner, and just making sure that people know, like, be honest with people if their house smells like cats. Like,
Oh, we tell
sometimes you get nose blind to it, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
you don't know. And like, I'm fully aware that I know that it doesn't smell like pee in here, but I
No.
know that it smells like there's cats
Yep.
because there's cat food, there's litter boxes, so there's litter, there's all the different smells. So like,
PlayStation
it's
said,
just like
"This
if
is
you go
my
into
world."
somebody's house with dogs, like if you have dogs, you're probably nose blind to the fact that your couch smells like dogs
Yeah.
or like
Or you
dog
have
toes.
Male cats that you have not
Correct.
neutered.
That's a huge thing as well, and I kind of forgot to mention that. Like that is something people ask me all the time, like, my cat smells so bad every time he goes to the litter box, or he's peeing all over the place, and I'm like, is he neutered? And they go, no. Why?
So
when
they're
should-
marking their territory.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like everything
So
else,
what age
yeah.
should a cat get neutered?
They should, so we alter our animals at 8 weeks because we're looking to adopt them out ASAP. Hi, Boji.
Is that cat going to jump on my head?
No,
Okay. It
he
would
doesn't
be
have the
awesome
coordination to do that.
if somebody make it jump on Matt's head.
But most veterinarians will recommend anywhere under 6 months.
Okay.
So over 6 months, the testosterone has built up. We are beyond the point of, like, they can impregnate females at that point. We should be neutering them around 8 weeks to 4 months,
Okay.
and getting them spayed
All right,
because they
so-
can have babies that young.
So Kelly decides to come in here, right? Because she loves cats.
I love cats.
Actually, a lot of real estate
great.
agents just love animals,
Yeah.
right? And they have a passion for either cats, dogs, or both. So I
Horses.
know a real estate agent. I'll say her name, Lori Mars, who actually goes out and traps cats and
To
then-
get them spayed or neutered.
Yeah.
to get them spayed or neutered.
Yeah.
And there's they just work really well with them. And she goes out at night.
And that's called TNR, or trap, neuter, return,
Yes.
trap, neuter, release, depending on who you ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kelly comes in, says, "Okay, I want that cat."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If that cat's not neutered, does it get neutered before it leaves with Kelly?
Oh,
You
absolutely.
guarantee that it gets neutered?
So none of the cats in here are not fixed.
Okay.
And as a practice, our rescue does not advertise cats as available for adoption unless they are fixed. We want to make sure that they are awake from anesthesia and healed from their incisions before we make them available to go home.
Yep. One just ran up my leg.
And but a lot of places, so like a lot of the larger shelters will offer for you to take the animal home prior to getting them fixed, but you have to bring them back for their appointment. It's just so important to get them spayed and neutered because it reduces so many unwanted behaviors. It reduces unwanted marking. It makes for a healthier cat in the long run. And it keeps, like, before I opened this place, I always joked with people, like, I would love if I had to find a different hobby. Like, if cats did not need us to consistently be here to rescue them, I would love that.
You do
That would be
know this
amazing.
is no longer a hobby, right?
Yes, it's yeah,
You-
it's my career at
you
this
are one
point.
of the most passionate people I've seen about cats. You have some amazing
Thank you.
knowledge, and
Thank you.
it's just impressive, right? And
I appreciate it.
If this cat would stop biting,
Yeah, oh
me,
God.
Yeah,
I got
right.
them all over the
Yeah, I think like all of the cat rescuers in Tucson would agree with me when I say that if we had to do a lot less rescuing, we'd be like stoked about it.
right, right.
Let's touch on another controversial topic and other options. Declawing, which I think is
good question.
Yeah, there's a lot of other options, and I think there's a big misconception, and I feel it's very cruel.
Absolutely. We're working on it becoming illegal in the state of Arizona.
Okay.
It's illegal in most other countries, and there are some states that don't allow it. I think there are some misconceptions that, like, if you use a laser or that if you go to, like, the best veterinarian, it's going to be done really well. But in reality, we are cutting off the first knuckle of the finger. So somebody's just sitting there and just amputating the first knuckle of your hand, and that's awful. And even if it's done with a laser or a guillotine, which is the other way that they've historically done them, which is cruel.
Kelly, you just took this whole thing dark.
I know.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But I love
But
it.
I think there's a lot
think
of
that's good.
misconception
Yeah.
on it's not just removing the claws,
It's not a
it's
claw.
removing
It's
a
a
toe. And there
digit.
is options on how to stop.
Yeah.
I have a cat that's never attempted to scratch furniture at all.
Yeah.
And it's just early intervention and redirecting a behavior.
Agreed.
And she
So
has
if you
never
come in
scratched
here
furniture.
and look
having
at all of
them-
my furniture,
Yeah.
this furniture was all donated from fosters and different people in the community, and so their cats have been on it, and now my cats have been on it, and there's like a fake leather couch behind you guys, and it is in beautiful condition, and that's because we have 4 cat trees, scratch pads everywhere, scratching posts attached to the couches. Like, there's so many options, so you don't need to declaw. And I think people also, like, a lot of people think about declawing when they think of the elderly, right? So we're protecting, like, maybe people who are on blood thinners or who scratch and bruise easily. But there are other options for that, even with a product called Soft Paws, which is a little, like, plastic cap that
Caps.
you can glue
Yes.
onto the toe or onto the claws. And they last about 12 weeks.
And that does work.
And it works great. Yeah.
So it's no secret my kids were in 4-H, right? And my daughter had a rooster, and it has a claw in the back of its leg.
Yeah.
Okay. We would be able to warm up a potato in the microwave, slide that potato onto that claw, and the claw would come off. I'm not saying that it works on cats, but
It doesn't work on cats.
okay. But that was the solution to get rid of that.
Don't try that at home.
It does not work on cats.
Did you ever tried? Okay.
There's going to be people putting potatoes on their cat's claws.
I know.
You couldn't
but
keep a
I'm
potato
not
in a cat
educated
claw.
enough on rooster care to know why that works, but that's super cool.
You do it right before the fair. So anyway, well, hey, we're going to take a quick break real quick, and then
I
we're going
love
to come
that.
back to Melissa from Hunter's Kitting Lounge, because I want to know why it's called Hunters. If you have any questions about today's show, feel free to reach out to us directly at Smith and Bollinger at longrealty.com. And always remember, we're here for you for all your real estate needs. Whether it's residential, commercial, investment, or land, we got you covered. Hey, welcome back to Real Estate Rumble. My name is John Smith. I'm here with Matt Bollinger, Kelly Tanner, and Melissa L. Because I cannot pronounce her last name, nor am I going to try. I want to correct one thing. This is not a cat kitchen, and nor is it a place you can get food. But this is a wonderful place that you can come play with cats and possibly find your next furry friend.
Yeah.
So, Melissa, 2 questions. One, who's Hunter?
So Hunter is my kitty who passed away about 2 years ago. At the time, I was getting all the paperwork together to start opening this place. And when he passed away, I was looking for a name and thought, what better way to honor my baby than to open a place with his name on it?
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Second question was, what is your background that gives you the qualifications to operate this facility?
So personally, my background is in veterinary medicine. So I've been working and employed as a veterinary technician for about 15 years. And then, I'm not very old, so that's like literally since I was legally allowed to have a job.
Right.
I actually left my position as a veterinary technician here in Tucson in May to come work here and open this place full time.
So what an amazing opportunity for yourself. You basically have put yourself in the position to work in a field which you love.
Yeah.
You love being around the cats. It's very
do.
obvious.
I have to work with John.
Well, never mind. I was going to say something, but it'd just get me in trouble again.
Yet you keep coming back, so Matt,
That's true.
Yeah, it's on him now, right?
right?
I listen.
You listen. And so how is the 2 Southern Arizona Cat Rescue and Kitty Lounge tied together?
So Southern Arizona Cat Rescue is the rescue that we own that turns 5 here on October 1st. And I would just like to shout out, we have rescued over 3,000 cats in that time.
Wow, that's awesome.
And found homes for those 3,000 cats in that time. So
That's amazing.
That
it's
is
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
But
so
Southern Arizona Cat Rescue owns Hunter's Kitten Lounge.
Got
So
it.
that is our DBA, is like the boring term for it, or doing business as. So
And the rescue is the nonprofit.
the rescue is the nonprofit, and Hunter's Kitten Lounge is just the name that we operate under.
And
So,
so-
everything is through Hunter's Kitten
and
Lounge.
so everything
Or
that you
the rescue.
charge here goes back to the cats?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And so basically it's a nonprofit.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
any donations you get, they don't go to your pocket, they go to the cat's pocket,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah, all the donations go immediately right back into buying food, litter. I mean, we go through a 20-pound bag of food in a week.
Where are you from originally?
Me?
Yeah.
Michigan.
Michigan. So why
Yeah.
Tucson?
I was living in California looking to go to college, and I was like, you know what looks really hot and deserty is Arizona. And I literally had no reason other than to get out of California.
Get out of Cali. Well, there's a heck
And
of a
it
reason to
is
come
hot
to
and
Tucson.
deserty here.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
was
is.
like, okay, I want to get out of California. I don't want to be too far away from my family that's in California. Okay, I'll move to Arizona. And then I did, and ended up going to vet assistant school, and just kind of everything kind of fell into place. And I was working in a vet clinic and started rescuing kittens that were coming in like the middle of the night, and like this just, now here I am.
What about are you out actively pursuing corporate sponsor stuff to provide food and litter and
Here and
what
there.
the cats need?
Yeah. So there are-
How's the response there in Tucson?
Well, there's so many rescues in the United States and so many like shelters in the United States that a lot of the corporations, they're honest. They can't afford to supply everybody
Right.
with with goods. So there's actually a place here in Tucson called Cody's Friends. They're a nonprofit that works with the greater good. And the greater good takes like all of those damaged items from like the grocery store, and they take all these cat trees came from the greater good, and they were just damaged boxes. But like they're beautiful $200 cat trees, and they just couldn't be sold. And so we will pay like the shipping freight, like the freight shipping on those kinds of things. And Cody's Friends will delegate and disperse different products to all the different rescues in Tucson. It's honestly keeps a lot of us around.
So whether you know this or not, real estate agents are giving people. Okay, they do want to be involved.
I
with
do
the
know
community.
that. A lot of real estate agents are fosters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what if we gathered up a group and they wanted to donate food? Okay.
Yeah.
How much food does it take to run this place on a monthly basis?
Yeah. So here at the lounge specifically, we got a donation of 400 pounds of litter 2 weeks ago.
Didn't even think about litter.
Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, I got 400 pounds of litter donated. I have 40 pounds left.
Wow.
From that.
Well, that's why it doesn't smell in here.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with ourselves. So is litter the priority or is the food the priority?
Both. I mean, I go through a 20-pound bag of food a week just at this location, not even including, so I have on average 30 to 40 cats here at the lounge, not including all of the cats that we have in foster care. So the rescue itself, we have about 50 really amazing foster families that will take in kitties from the different shelters, and like that's where like most of our tiny kittens get their start, because they can't live here, and those foster families need food and litter and toys and treats, and we provide that to them. And whether that's us using donation money to buy it or people donating food, we go through hundreds of pounds a month of dry food, wet food, litter. It's insane.
So Matt and I were talking the other day, and we were just kind of curious how this worked, right?
Yeah.
We walk in here, we fall in love with that crazy one-eyed cat that just about took my fingers off.
You are falling in love with that one.
He's so cute, though.
You
I
gotta
see
say,
the connection.
He's
And
got
he does
character.
tricks.
He does tricks.
Yeah.
We'll have to see about that.
See?
He sits and turns for treats.
Office cat.
And he's a pit bull.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's a loving pit bull, because I
Yeah.
could see he would attach to an owner.
Yeah.
Right, and defend the owner.
He does. But yeah, he senses your fear and he
Oh, he's
loves
100%
it.
right. Yeah. He's 100% right. But say we decided that we were going to adopt that cat.
Yeah.
What's that process look like? And can anybody just come in and get a cat? Is it free? Is
there background like on whether or not it's a good place for the cat to go?
That's a great
Do
question.
you have to go look at their house?
So we don't do home checks. I've always kind of operated under the feeling that if I feel like I need to check your house, we're probably not adopting to you. If you're giving off those vibes that
So
like
you've had
I
to
need
say
to double
no.
check your house. Yeah, absolutely. We've definitely said no. We do not adopt to homes that allow cats outside. We were just talking about this before the show started. You were in your backyard and saw a fox.
Right.
And a coyote in the front yard,
coyotes
same
are always,
day.
yeah.
What do they do out there
javelinas,
outside?
the coyotes are relying on the cat population outside for food. Don't let your cat outside. It's dumb, is what I just bluntly have to say about it. So we don't adopt to people who declaw or let their cats outside. And then we want them to be responsible and have a backup plan. And so we do extensive interviews basically. But we've, obviously we've adopted out over 3,000 cats. And some of those are to repeat homes because they're amazing adopters and want to add more cats to their family or, a second cat to their family. When you come into the lounge itself, if you're interested in adoption, I encourage you to come in and just relax. Don't fret about trying to find the cat that is perfect for you. Just enjoy the space. Come in, relax, enjoy the space for what it is, and you will find that cat that you bond with. And even if you don't the first time you come visit, there's always more kitties being rescued and always more kitties being added to the space. So I always encourage people, if they want to use this place to adopt, just relax. Come in and enjoy it.
That gives you a chance to kind of observe how they interact with the
Yeah.
animals too.
And it's stressful to walk around and be like, do I like this one? No. Do I like this one? That's stressful. Just enjoy it. It's not a shelter. It's a safe place where they are, that they can, that if you fall in love, then you can fall in love. If you do fall in love, I always encourage you to go home, fill out an application, sleep on it, maybe have dinner on it, think about it with your family, because if you're adopting a young cat, we're looking at 20 years.
Yeah.
So can I put a cat on hold and then go home and think about it for 24 hours?
We will put a cat on hold typically if there's applications.
Okay.
And so once I get your application, approve your application, then in my mind the cat is spoken for while we're having our conversations, while we're interviewing.
So 2 things came out of this for me, okay? One, the declawing thing. I was the person that wanted cats declawed because I don't want my furniture tore up. That's just honesty.
But then I said guillotine,
But
and
then
your
you
eyes were
found,
like,
then I found out you chop your fingers off basically.
Yeah.
And so that's not a thing for me
Yeah.
anymore, okay? But I also don't want my furniture done. So maybe I'm just not a cat person, right? And that's a decision that I have to make.
Yeah.
Because I truly feel anytime you bring a pet into your home, whatever happens to your home is not the animal's fault.
Right.
It's yours.
Yeah.
The cat, you put the cat in this position. You put him in around a $5,000 leather couch. You put him in a position where he doesn't have the clean litter box.
That goes with any pet that you bring into your house. If you're not willing to put the time in
That's
and
right.
the effort, then
absolutely.
you don't need a pet.
Right.
yeah. You know, the dog didn't go to the bathroom on the floor
Correct.
because it wanted to spite you.
No,
Right.
it went to the bathroom on the floor because you didn't let it out for 8
Or
hours.
take
Correct.
a walk. Oh, my dog's fat. Well, have you exercised your dog?
Yeah.
It's not the dog's fault or the cat's fault
Yeah.
that you basically it's not set it and forget it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just here you go play.
Although it sounds like cats are more automated.
They can be, but they do. So I feel like maybe, 15, 20 years ago, cats were different. I feel like almost in the last
Well, they ate
10
lasagna
years.
back then.
Right? I just feel like in the last 10 years, they've just become like so much more personable, and like we're treating cats more like dogs. And so we're encouraging that behavior from day one. Is that they're just more dog-like. We're training them to sit for treats. We're training them to run on a wheel. We're training them to,
Well, and
do
correct me if
so
I'm wrong.
much.
20 years ago, cats had a job.
Correct.
And they were
That was
barn
mousing.
cats. They were
Yeah.
mousing. They need to be stimulated
Comes from
like
a horse
that. They
lady.
need a job. They're not hunting for mice anymore because there's not really mice available. So,
Yeah.
cats do need a job. They do need to climb. They
Yeah.
need to hunt for something. So they
Yeah.
need to be stimulated in that
Definitely.
way.
Yeah. And there's so many ways that you can provide that in your home. Like we've got all these great cat shelves and the cat trees and toys everywhere. It's just like having a dog. I mean,
Our new listing has cat shelves
you need it.
That's cool.
out by you in Vail.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
I hope that the new owner
Come
keeps
talk
them-
to me
keeps
if you have
them. Yeah,
cats
but
and
they want
cat
them.
shelves.
Okay, I don't know what just went down, but sound like Star Wars.
But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna, you have to do research before you own a pet, no matter what it is. If it's a
Right.
chameleon, a dog, a cat, a fish, whatever, you have to do research before you own it and make sure that you can provide it a good life.
Right.
All right, this is totally outside the cats.
Okay.
I want you to give me one reason you love Tucson.
One reason I love Tucson, the community that I've built here.
people.
Like the people and the friendships that I've built over
People
the
are
last.
really nice here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how people are.
Yeah.
You're rolling your eyes.
I've been here for.
No, she's agreeing, I think.
agreeing.
But see, here's
Yeah,
the deal.
I've been here for 13 years. I moved here when I was 18, and at first I wanted to leave immediately.
Right.
And then I made friends, and I went to the street fairs, and I met this wonderful rescue community, and really found my passion and my flow
And your people.
and my people, and it's great. I feel like there's a lot of really good bubbles of people here in Tucson. So
Well, it's obviously you're an absolutely wonderful person just for putting
you.
the effort out to do this for these animals.
And 3,000 is an amazing number. It
Thank
really
you.
is.
3,000 cats
That's crazy.
that are just not discarded or just
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
put somewhere.
And I think it's over that at this point. I just don't remember. I know that that's the last time I looked at the official numbers. We were over 3,000. And I was like, dang.
That's
so
amazing.
cool.
All right, Kelly, what'd you take out of today?
I'm the same thing you took out. I mean, well, I say the same thing. It's just the amount of care and love that you the passion you put into your passion.
Yeah.
What more is there to say? She found something she loves. She cares about these animals, and it's the effort she puts into it. It's well worth coming out, sitting with these animals, and seeing how much passion she puts into it.
Who names them?
We all do, and I have a lot of fun doing that.
I bet you do. I bet you do. Matt, what's your take?
I'm just amazed at the number of little souls that have been saved.
Souls, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what the numbers are. I had no idea how quickly or how many you turn over in a short period of time. But
Yeah.
it's
And it's
pretty
because
amazing.
the
That says something
community-
about the people that are out here too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
There you
not
go.
just what you're doing, but the people that take them in.
Yeah.
So
Even if you're not a cat person, you can come out here and sit down and just sort of get more of an understanding
Yeah.
of, yeah, you don't like cats, but you sit down and you understand why they behave the way they behave, and you know more about a cat, then maybe you're not a cat person, you don't want a cat person, but maybe you have more of appreciation of why they are cats and why
Well, and
they
I
behave.
always say, like, what's the difference? Like, why cat person versus dog person? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a personality thing, right? And you can always find a cat that has the personality that you enjoy. You can always find a dog that has a personality you enjoy.
It's
all
laying
about
on the
that.
couch and the cat jumping over the couch, clawing your face and running off.
But
that's what it is.
But that's because you're not doing
We
a
can
good
cut
job
that part
of
out.
keeping them entertained.
I agree. It's on me. That's
feeding off your fear,
Listen, I have
John.
3 dogs, okay? But
Where's
I say I
PlayStation?
have no dogs.
Yeah.
My family has 3 dogs.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be that responsible person. I'm not the one that's going to feed it. I'm not the one that's going to walk it.
That's fair.
In my family, if you want a pet, it's on you.
That's
and I don't
fair.
want to hear no complaints if it
Yeah.
does something wrong. But if it eats my recliner again, I'm talking about my dogs, okay? Then we're going to have issues. And it's not going to be the issue with the dog. It's going to be the issue with the person
the
that was
human that's
responsible.
responsible.
All right. I want 3 things that everybody should know about cats. Just can you narrow it down to 3?
Oh, God.
3 things that you want people to know.
That cats require the same veterinary care that dogs do.
Okay.
Yearly exams, vaccines, a wellness exam. People think that cats don't need to go to the vet. I don't know where that came from. That cats require a lot of stimulation and play. So lots of different toys and things for them to do at home. And that cats are awesome, and that they love you, and like they love you so much, and it's so sweet. And like once you form that really sweet bond with them, it's just so worth it. I love it.
And why do all cats come to me when I'm not really a cat person?
They're trying to win you over.
Well,
Or they can sense your fear. Cats love that.
so speaking of win us over, Matt and I have decided to
Adopt PlayStation and have
Yeah.
it as an office.
close,
Yeah.
but no
for
cigar.
John. It's a gift.
Joey.
But what we
Joey,
would
love me.
But what we would like to do is anytime that Matt and I sell a house or our team, we would like to sponsor an adoption. And what that means for us, what we would like it to look like, and you and I have had this discussion, is we'd like it to be a surprise adoption.
Yes.
In other words, when somebody walks in here, they meet all your criteria, they're the perfect people, and they have the money to adopt a cat, right? Because that's important.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll give you a few seconds on that. But I want you to pick the person and go, surprise, this one's sponsored by Smith and Bollinger,
Yeah.
and you, of course, and we're going to do surprise adoptions. Is that okay with you?
Oh, absolutely. I love that. I think it's super important to not adopt out cats for free.
Okay.
And then in return, if we're sponsoring adoptions, it is such a fun surprise for people. Like, you know, they're already ready to adopt. They're ready to make that financial commitment to take a kitty home, and then we're surprising them with not having to pay the adoption fee
So
because you guys are
how
being
much-
nice and helping Spencer.
How much is the adoption fee?
So it depends on the age of the kitty, anywhere between $100 to $150. And that, of course, includes all their medical and everything that they've had done up to prior to us, which is really, honestly, and all rescues will say this to you, it's not touching the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
So we're barely making any money back, if anything at all, on adoptions, but it keeps us rolling.
Okay.
So, but it's so helpful. And I love sponsored adoptions because I love surprising people.
Well, I think it's time we put our money where our mouth is.
Oh, can we name the next 3 cats that come in?
We're
Either
gonna-
John, Matt, or Kelly?
We're going to start you
Yes.
off. We're going to start you off. Rumble. They need to name one Rumble.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start you off with a $200 donation
I love
today.
that.
Okay, and so if you gets us 1 adoption, if it gets us 2 adoptions, you know what to do with the money.
I love it.
Okay,
Thank you so
we
much.
And then every
Thank
time
you
we
so
sell one,
much.
we'll stop by and make a donation. And of course, we want to see a picture of the cat.
Yes.
Because especially if you name one Rumble, because
Yes.
we want to follow that one.
Yes.
Okay, to all the way to adoptions.
Cool.
Melissa, you amaze me.
Thank you.
I mean, you
Thank you.
have been
You're doing
impressive.
a great job.
Thank you so much.
You know, and you are one of the reasons Tucson's so amazing.
Thank you.
Because Tucson people care.
Yeah.
And they care about their community. No matter what Family Guy says or that Seth guy, all right, aloha, okay? We don't care.
Yeah.
You know, Tucsonians love Tucson, and
Yeah.
there is a reason. And if you're outside of Tucson making an opinion, stop into the kitty lounge. Excuse me, the kitten
Yeah.
lounge, because this will show you Tucson.
Yeah.
You are Tucson,
Thank you.
okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Real Estate Rumble. It's proudly produced and edited by Unestablished Media. If you're looking to start your own podcast or in need of social media services, design work, or even website creation, check out our website at unestablishedmedia.com. Thanks.